Hello, amazing followers of Australia Aladu. Welcome to this week's Immigration Hour. Like every Wednesday, we are back. And guess what? I have with me our favorite immigration agent, Saurabh Smar from Global Vision Migration. So, without any further ado, let's just quickly welcome Saurabh and get on with the Migration Hour. Hi, Saurabh. How are you doing today?
Thanks for the warm welcome. Yeah, I'm doing, perfectly fine. Back again, like every Wednesday, to discuss and talk about all these the PR options and PR pathways and the recent migration updates. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of new information for a lot of people out there, and we want to wait until all the people joined in, and then want to keep it as interactive as possible. So we'll be discussing a lot of different options. Like there are. So I will be talking about the PR pathways, like um, that there are only few ways available to get permanent residency in Australia. So we will try to explore every single option. And some people, it might be beneficial for some people or might not be. If obviously not everyone has permanent residency as an end goal, but if that's your end goal, then this session might be the best for you. And actually, and if it's not enough for you, like if it's not the right information, maybe you can tag your friends or family and share this video with them. It might be beneficial for them in the future.
Indeed. In it. So, guys, like you all know, this is gonna be a 45-minute session wherein you can post your questions as comments below, and then I would be more than happy to read them, and Saurabh, with pleasure, will answer them for you. And it will be just generic information, and anything that you wanna get on a case-to-case basis, you can directly get in touch with Global Vision Migration through their Facebook page, or even you can book a consultation by using our coupon code AUSALLUDU, AUSALLUDU, and you will get a 25% off the consultation fee at Global Vision Migration. So, so quickly, like Saurabh was telling us how he's going to explain about PR pathways and ways in which we could become permanent residents in Australia. Yeah, pretty exciting, right? I'm excited. I want to become a PR. Okay, so yeah, so today, before we get into the session, like it has become a ritual now, we are going to talk about the positive things that happened with global vision migration over the week, and if anybody's gotten 491s or 490s or 186s, he's going to explain all of it and shed some positivity so that we are all pumped to actually achieve what we are here for. For me, it is definitely the permanent residency. And for most of you out there, it is as well, as much as I know. Even if it's not, then whatever immigration goal you have in your mind, there is this one stop solution, our favorite, Saurabh. So, yeah. So Saurabh, let us know what are the positive things that happen in the week for all of your clients.
Perfect. So since last Wednesday, we have actually received quite a number of visa grants. Especially, we received a visitor visa for our young 27-year-old Australia Ludo follower,
Wow.
who actually watched my last session on Wednesday, and then he contacted me on Thursday, and then we actually applied for his visitor visa from overseas, and that was granted, I think, on Friday itself, so within 48 hours time period. And that was like the like it was quite achievable thing for us as well, a big kind of an achievement because of his young age, and then he was managed to get a visitor visa. Now he's planning to come to Australia as soon as possible, and then look for other options as well. So that was a very a good result on our behalf. Secondly, we have received quite a number of 408 visas as well since last Wednesday. What I've seen is that people who have applied for those 408 visas last year, now we can see the grants coming through for those visas as well, for various sectors, agriculture sector, hospitality sector, people working in hotels as well. So they have actually managed to get 408 visas as well, and they are all getting 1 year visa grants as well.
Right.
And also we have received 485 subsequent entrant 485 visa grant, for that's for someone who is overseas. And then the visa was granted within 3 months of the visa lodgement. So that was a very quick turnaround for that particular visa as well. Normally, it's taking 6 months to up to 1 year as well. And then this morning itself, I have a civil engineering 186 nomination approved. And that's 186 is an employer nomination scheme. And then that nomination took at least 4 to 5 months to get the nomination approval. And so now we're just waiting for the visa grant. And as soon as the visa gets granted, the family will be permanent residents. Apart from this, we did had some amazing results when it comes to skill assessment. So we have received a quite a good amount of skill assessments from ACS for a computer network system engineer, software engineer, as well as a ICT support engineers as well. Also, we did receive a positive outcome for an offshore skill assessment program. So that's an OSAP assessment for a baker from Canberra. So and we received few 485 grants, for few student visa grants as well. So there's a plenty of mixed bunch that we received this so far and as you know, last Wednesday we received 2 PR grants for chefs in Victoria. So yes, and I hope by when I'm back again next Wednesday, I will be talking about more visa grants and more positive results that we have seen, so that our viewers can get motivated as well, and then they do want to see the similar results for themselves.
Of course.
That's exactly what we'll be discussing today as well.
That's amazing, Saurabh. Thank you so much for motivating Australia Lidu's followers by sharing positive news as in such. So guys, whoever is waiting on your visa approvals or grants, do not get dejected. It is going to happen, and slowly, like you can hear every Wednesday, he's been sharing so many news with us, and most of them include all different scenarios that he even explains to us. And you can see that actually it is happening quicker than earlier, and it is quite evident that way, right? So just be positive, and then hope for the best. And I wish you all the very best with whatever immigration goals you have. And now, if you would like to ask any questions to Saurabh, please feel free to comment down below. And also, guys, whoever has actually attended Saurabh's webinar on last Friday, please do share your feedbacks here. I'm more than happy to read them out for you. And so how was it? How was the session, Saurabh? How was the?
Yeah, so seminar was quite good. We managed to we have around 60 people registered for our seminar, and a lot of people came to meet me face to face as well. And a lot of people actually joined us online through our social media, because we did a live show on our Australia Ludo page as well as on our Facebook pages as well. So yes, it was quite an event, and then we had a lot of people rocked up, and there were new faces as well. So there were new people who just got to know about the seminar on the same day, and then they also rocked up right away. There were some people who actually just were visiting Australia as well, and they wanted to get more information, so they also rocked up to our seminar with their family. And there were some people, they were like mixed, diverse. I could see that people were from actually diverse backgrounds, different nationalities. They were there who were, and then we also had few recruitment consultancies who came in as well, trying to offer skilled job opportunities to a lot of people, etc. So yes, there were quite a mixed, amount of people that we actually did receive on Friday.
That's amazing, Saurabh. Thank you so much for sharing. So there are two major things that our followers would like to really know about. And firstly, everybody wants to understand. See, people have come really about 4 or 5 years ago. A huge major chunk of people have come in 2017 and 18, and they're all finishing up their TRs now, and they are just looking for an option to stay back. So apart from student visas, do you have any suggestions for them? What what approach can they do? That's the first question. And the second chunk of people that we have amongst our followers is itself. See, everybody wants to get a PR somehow, and the easiest and most safest option is 186, as you've explained earlier as well. But what is the approach like? Is it
Okay,
we have to go and ask our employers, or how does it work? I mean, how do you pitch in about 186 to your employer? Do you have any suggestions?
perfect. Sure. That's these are the questions that people actually do want to know, and some people are actually afraid to ask as well. So yeah, that's good, that you have actually brought this up. So I would certainly, take these questions like that as well. So the number one question was about people who, almost about to finish their TRs now. What options are available to them?
Yes.
So my honest response to those is that please do not just look for options to, to try to extend your stay in Australia. What I would like you guys to do is look for an option if you are after permanent one or some kind of a visa that will help you stay. Look for options like those. Say for example, if your TR is about to expire and if you are
So sorry, guys, network issues. Saurabh, your voice is breaking.
qualification is I think I got a
Yeah, we lost you for like 2 minutes there. Again. Extremely sorry, guys.
hello.
It's just network issues. Yes. Are you back for good now?
Yes, can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes, we
I
can
think
hear you.
I'm having technical issues.
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Um, all right, cool.
So yeah.
Sorry. So I was talking
Pardon?
about so I hope you guys can hear me clearly. Okay, cool. So what I can say is we were talking about for especially for people who came in 2016, 17, they did their masters or bachelor studies and then they applied for their TR. Now the TR is about to finish.
Yeah.
What are they actually doing? Like what they actually can do in this particular scenario. How they can actually either aim for 190 or permanent visas or employer sponsored visas, etc. So there's a multiple options available. Not just obviously aim for student visa, because then if you are not a genuine student, then getting that visa is also going to be an issue for you as well. What I would suggest you is if you are employed in your skilled employment, talk to your employer, look for a 482 employer sponsored visa, where you can actually work for up to 2 to 4 years, depending upon your occupation. And then in some ways you might also have a PR opportunity available as well. Where you do work for an employer for 3 out of 4 years on a 482 can apply for 186 under temporary residence transition stream. Or if your occupation is not available in the MLTSSL list, if it's in the short-term list or regional occupation list, you can also apply for 494 regional employer sponsored visa, where you don't actually have to wait for the invitation to come through. That is very important thing as well. A lot of people I've seen that they actually they don't know the difference between the employer sponsored visas and the state nomination or general skill migration. They think that for the employer sponsored visas as well, that they would need to wait for the invitation to come through. So that's not the case for employer sponsored visa. Obviously, as long as the employer is ready to sponsor you, you have the nomination approval, you can certainly be able to apply for the visa as well. and obviously the position must be genuine position in the business. That is the most important core factor that people need to understand. And then, so as we were talking about, those, what are the options available to those people? Number one, if they have this option and if they're short of work experience on a 482 visa, then they can actually go on a 408 COVID visa. So sorry, 408 visa, not a COVID. We should not put COVID there. It's a 408 visa, where it's a temporary activity visa, where you can actually, if you are working in any sector, you can certainly apply for that visa in Australia if you do have, if you previously held any visa with work rights as well. And then you can also be able to apply for 407 training visa. So training visa is is for people who actually want to upskill themselves, and they actually been working in their nominated occupation, but they don't have enough work experience for a 482 visa. So they can certainly be able to apply for what's that called, training visa. That is also, training visa is also kind of an employer sponsored visa, where they would actually have to get the sponsorship, then nomination, and then visa application. And once you do have enough work experience, then you can also go on to 482 visa as well, which is a temporary skill shortage visa. You can get up to 2 to 4 year visa, and you need to have at least 2 years of work experience in relevant fields and at least 5 each in IELTS or PT, and then an employer to sponsor you. And then you can apply for a 482 visa. And if your occupation is in the medium to long term list as well, then you can also be able to apply for PR 186, either under as a direct entry once you have 3 years of work experience in total, anywhere in the world. Doesn't have to be with the same employer. It can be with any employer. 6 each, or a competent English or and a skill assessment. So 3 years of experience must be at a skill level as well. That's very important. Now for the 186 second part, which is a temporary residence transition stream, where you need to have 3 years of work experience on a 482 visa with that same employer. And then you can actually apply for 186 temporary residence transition stream. So that's another option for you, rather than jumping onto a student visa, etc. And if you don't have enough experience, as I said, you can go on a 408 visa, or you can also apply for 407 training visa. And in some circumstances, you can also be able to apply for, if you are actually eligible to get a 491 invitation, then you can also look for those options as well. So yes, there are plenty of opportunities and options available for a lot of people. It's just that you guys need to know what exactly you would need to, you would like to take up.
So, Saurabh, when you were mentioning about going on a training visa or say a 482 visa, so is it necessary that you have to stay with the company for like say 2 or 3 years after they sponsor the visa to you? Is there any restriction
Okay.
or company commitment like that to the company?
So say, for example, if someone applied for a 482 visa, which is a temporary skill shortage visa, that visa is a temporary visa, and it comes with the condition that you must work for the nominated employer in the nominated occupation as well. So that's very important. That means that you cannot actually apply for any other visa. You can only you can only work for that particular employer itself. So that's very important factor. And if you are actually, want to look into, say, for example, what else you can do, if you can work somewhere else as well while on a 482, no, that's not the case. You cannot work for any other employer except the main employer, except the nominated employer. However, for 186 visa, which is a 186 direct entry, once you do get nominated and you do get 186 visa grant, that's a permanent residency. That doesn't have comes with a condition that you must work with the same employer.
Right.
So, and then obviously you need to follow the guidelines as per your employment contract, and then act accordingly as well.
Great, got it. So, Saurabh, I just have questions here. Do you want me to like go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Yep. First question of the day is from Sadiq. He's asking, hello, sir. My 2 year TR visa is going to expire next month. With recent changes, do you think I can extend my TR?
So when it comes to what I've seen is there's a lot of people out there, there are rumors going on that everyone's TR is going to extend and all. So that's not the case, guys. It's the same rules that came in November 2021. People just, spinning that again and again to make people think that there's going to be new TR coming up for everyone. That's not the case. So say, for example, from 1st of July 2022, what they are saying is that if you want to be eligible to apply for a replacement temporary visa, you must hold a temporary graduate visa, which is a 485 visa. Doesn't matter it's a graduate stream or a 48 or post work study stream. And if you either you currently hold or if you held previously, and that visa expired after or on Feb 2020, and you have been outside Australia from Feb 2020, between Feb 2020 and 15th of December 2021, in those circumstances, you might be eligible for a replacement 485 visa. So that is very important. A lot of people who are already in Australia during that period, and they are thinking that they can get another 2 years 485 because they wasted their time on a COVID. Is you didn't waste your time. You were in Australia. You were not, stuck outside Australia. So that's the thing. It's only for people who were stuck overseas, who were not able to come to Australia between 1st of Feb 2020 and 15th of December 2021. So this is very important, guys. Do not fall into any rumors or any of false information out there. Make sure you do know exactly what's happening and act accordingly.
So, Satik, hope that answers your question as well. And like Saurabh has suggested some ways earlier, maybe you could follow them and extend your tier instead, get another visa. So, thank you so much for commenting today. Next, we have Sham. So, he's asking, what about 190 NSW chances at 90 points for civil engineering?
What I've seen is recently, New South Wales actually invited a lot of people, especially civil engineers as well, around 95 points. And then what I've seen is that they are actually inviting quite randomly. Even people at the highest possible points were not managed to get the invitation, but somehow people with a little bit less points managed to get the invitation. So it's actually all over the place for New South Wales in this financial year. Obviously, at 90 points, the chances for civil engineering quite high. What I would also suggest you is, say, for example, if you are in this kind of scenario, you should also look into different options as well. Either look for a different particular state, or maybe wait for 189 invitation as well, because they're going to start from July, and hopefully you might be able to get invitation at the lower points as well.
Hope that answers your question, Shyam. Thank you so much for commenting today. Next, we have Satyan Chandrakumar. He's saying hi, and he's asking, for 482 visa, employer nomination has been refused because not satisfied list of duties for general accountant. Recently joined that company. I'm responsible to financial controller and CEO. In this situation, what can I do?
So Satyan, this is so as I said, for 482 visa, there are three different steps. Number one is the standard business sponsorship. Number two is the nomination, and number three is the visa application. So for standard business sponsorship and nomination, it's actually done by the employer. So we, as a migration agent, we represent employer. So the best way to resolve this issue is if you can get your employer to contact us, and then we can actually find a solution for them. Because if it has been refused, obviously then you have very limited time right now. If you have also applied for the visa, and if you if they haven't refused the visa yet, then you only get like 28 days to take an action, and sometimes 28 days is not enough at all. So I would suggest you is you can either provide our contact details to your employer, and then we can actually explain them the next step, like what they can do or what they cannot do in this situation.
Hope that answers your question, Satyan. Hope you contact Saurabh's team soon so that you get your visa that you want. And thank you so much for commenting today. Next, we have Pranav. He is saying that he missed your webinar last Friday. Will you be organizing any webinars in future?
Yes, we will be, but Pranav, you can actually go back on our Facebook pages and you can see the recorded version there as well. So in that particular webinar, I discussed all the PR options. We discussed all the states. We talked about student visas. We talked about employer-sponsored visas. We talked about business visas as well. So if you do want to have a look, you can go back to our social media pages and then see last Friday. The video must be there, available there for you to watch as well.
Hope you watched the webinar, Pranav. Thank you so much for commenting today. Next, we have Vikram. He's asking, I have seen many posts regarding the grant of 190 visas from NSW. I stand on point 65. What can be a better option for me? Shall I apply to go for 190 or 491? I have a positive skill assessment as civil engineering draft person and currently working in a similar field at a council in regional NSW. Do I need to have more than 6 months of working experience for a 190 visa?
So because you have 65 points, these points are actually kind of not enough in the given scenario for New South Wales, because what we have seen is that New South Wales is actually inviting people at highest points, even for civil engineering draft person as well. 65 points looks quite low for 190 visa as well, but I would recommend you should aim for 491 visa as well. So say for example, for work experience, if you need 6 months of work experience for 190 visa, so that's a different scenario as well. As you can see, it's 15th of June. In 15 days, New South Wales is going to close their state nomination. They won't be accepting any more applications as well. So what I would suggest you in this particular scenario is you should look into certainly different options as well. Try to boost your score. Try to get up to at least get your NATI done or get your PT sorted for 8 each, where you will be able to get up to extra 25 points. So then you will be sitting around 90 points, where the chances of you getting invitation will be way higher. So I hope it does help, So always try to aim for the highest possible points, and then certainly you can see, where the situation takes you.
So good luck, Vikram, with that. Thank you so much for commenting today. Have a good night. Next, we have a continuation question from Pranav. He's asking, does customer service comes under the 3 different categories of 408 temporary activity visa?
So currently what the department has done is for 408 visa under the Australian government endorsed events, you can certainly apply regardless of what sector you are working in. If you are not working in those critical sectors, then you certainly be able to get up to a 6-month visa as well to live and work in Australia. So that's another advantage. So if you are working as a customer service, yes, you can also get 408 visa as well.
So while we are on the topic, Saurabh, is customer service consultant or something like that is eligible for any PR options?
So there's an occupation called customer service manager, which is a short-term occupation, and that occupation is actually eligible to apply for, say, for example, only certain visas. So say, for example, if you are a customer service manager, you can, in some circumstances, can apply for 494 visa as well. And then you can also be eligible to apply for 190 as well. You can also be able to apply for 491, but you need to get a skills assessment done through 𝐻𝐴𝐺 as a customer service manager, and then you could be eligible to option, because that occupation falls in the short-term skill occupation list, 190, 491, 482.
Right.
So these visas would be available to you when you are, if you are working as a customer service manager.
Got it. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Next, we have a question from Kalyan. So he's asking, can we expect a 189 round in July? And how's it going to happen this year? Every 3 months or every month? Please clarify.
So far we haven't got any directions from the immigration minister how soon they will be doing those invitations, or whether they will be doing every 3 months, every quarter, or whether they would be doing every month, because the number of places has actually increased to 16,000. So that means that I'm expecting them to do every month, so that there will be less invitations, and then there will be enough invitations every month rather than quarter, because otherwise they would have to do a very big invitation round to a lot of people, and better to do invitations every month, so that people get 60 days to lodge the visa as well. And then if so yes, I'm expecting the round should happen in the month of July itself. But the time will tell exactly, when the time comes in, whether they are actually doing the invitation on that day, on that month or not.
Right. Hope that answers your question, Kalyan. Thank you so much for commenting tonight. Next, we have Karunakar Reddy. So he's asking, hi, sir, with 85 individual points, mechanical engineer, working in the similar field, 3 years in Australia, which is the best chance in Victoria, 190 or 491?
Um, if you are, Karunakar, if you are working for at least 3 years, you probably be eligible for 186 direct entry, as I was talking earlier. Because if you are working for 3 years in Australia with your employer as a mechanical engineer, and if you have competent English as well, because you said you have 85 points, then you would have at least 7 each or 8 each. That means that you can also be eligible to apply for PR as a 186 employer nomination scheme, where you don't actually have to get invitation from the government to apply. As long as your employer is willing to sponsor you, you can certainly be eligible for direct permanent residency. And so this is very important information to a lot of people who have actually applied for Victoria State nomination, who have STEM skills, working in target sectors, but were not able to get any invitation in the last financial year. So what I would suggest them is that July is coming. From 1st of July, Victoria might start accepting new applications again. So do not make those mistakes that you already made last time. You haven't received any invitation. Maybe that's why you would have to reapply again. Um, take professional advice, okay? Because it's a matter of either getting an invitation or not, whether you will be successful or not. So be very careful. Make sure you do choose the right person and get the right guidance as well, and then be eligible to apply for Victoria State nomination. I hope it answers your question as well, Karunaka.
Thank you so much for commenting today, Karunakar. Have a good night. Next, we have Sayad. He's, he's saying hi to you.
Hi, Sayed. How are you doing?
Yeah. So Saurabh, like we were discussing earlier, you were telling us about so even with Karunakar's case, like you were suggesting him to go with 186. So like I've asked you previously, what is the approach that we need to follow when we actually are asking or seeking from our employers to sponsor us for 186 direct entry? What do you think should be the approach?
Okay, so first of all, what I would suggest you is to a lot of viewers, if you are actually you are planning to talk to your employer about 482 or 186 employer sponsorship, you need to be upfront with them, because and also be really good in what you do. That's important, because if you are really good in what you are doing, your employer don't want to lose you, because it will take them a lot of effort and time to train someone else to your level to do the kind of work you're doing. And then rather than them actually going out, doing the interviews, doing all the training again, and then bringing that person to that level, and then they don't even know whether that person would actually keep working with them. They might even leave. So, but whereas you are actually there for them, you are working hard for them, you are learning all the new skills, you are upskilling yourself, and that actually gives an incentive to the employer that I want to keep this person no matter what. And then you talk to them that, look, this is the situation. My visa is expiring in 6 months to 1 year. I am actually eligible for employer sponsor visa. I want to ask you if you will be willing to sponsor me, and if you do sponsor me, I will get to work with you for the next 2 to 4 years, depending upon what visa or occupation you are actually eligible for. And down the track, there might be an opportunity for me to be able to get permanent residency by working with you. So these kind of things, people need to be upfront as well. But obviously, you need to be quite skilled. You must be quite good in your work. Your performance must be really well at work. That's why the employer would like to keep you for the longer period of time. Um, so that's how you can approach, some of your employers as well. Just be honest and upfront. And obviously, the worst thing that can happen is no, that you will receive a no. What if you don't even ask? And what if you ask and the response is yes?
Yeah.
Think about that as well. Every day I normally speak to 3 to 4 employers. Our clients actually talk to their employers, And then the employer says, yeah, sure, let me talk to your agent. And then the employer call us and ask for information that tell me how I can help this guy. What do you need from me? And then we explain them the process and everything, and then they're willing to proceed and get things done for them. So this is very important, guys. When you do look into these kind of options, always keep your thought process awake and open, and don't feel shy or nervous to approach your employer and ask them this question as well about the employer sponsorship.
So here you go, guys. Like, I know most of our followers are pretty much are clueless about how to approach the employer when it comes to asking for employer sponsor visas. And here you go, Saurabh has actually given us a clear picture on how we can ask and get it as well. So firstly, be good at what you do. That's the major criteria here. Yeah. So continuing with our questions, we have a question from Syed itself. So he's asking, sir, can you please tell me what should I need for skill assessment for hairdresser? I've completed certification 3.
Okay. So the skill assessment can be done in multiple ways as well. There's an offshore skill assessment program where you would need to have at least 3 years of work experience and at least full-time experience in the um, last 3 years as well. And then you can actually be eligible to apply for hairdresser skill assessment under offshore skill assessment program, OSAP. And the assessment can be done through vertices, or maybe if they do have another RTO available, you can do the assessment through them as well. So yes, so and then once you do, people also want to know, once we do hairdresser assessment, what else can we do with that? I've seen hairdressers are actually available in South Australia as well for the state nomination, and there are some hairdressers, who, so there's a lot of hair salons are actually currently nominating, currently sponsoring them as well. We have actually assisted a couple of them in Victoria itself, and I'm actually assisting around 4 to 5 hairdresser saloons in South Australia to bring hairdressers from overseas, because they are actually running. It's very hard for some of the employers to actually find the right kind of employees, right hairdressers in Australia. So they are actually trying to look for options overseas as well. From Italy, from Europe, they are actually bringing hairdressers from all over the place, all over the world, to actually be able to come in and utilize their skills.
So Sad, hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for commenting tonight. So next we have Naresh. He's asking, how does moving out of Australia and bridging affect the processing time of NS New South Wales 190?
Moving out of Australia.
And he's gotten his 190 in
Sorry.
white, and 1 year he's on COVID visa. And is there anything I could do to avoid work limitations of COVID visa?
So is it, does moving out of Australia and bridging affect processing time of New South Wales 190? If you have already received the invitation, you have already applied for the visa, then the only thing you can do is wait. No matter what, if you are in Australia or overseas, that won't have much impact on your visa processing at all. And if you already got a COVID visa, 408 visa, and you said you have work limitations, so there are work limitations on 408 COVID visa, that you must be employed in the critical sector that you receive the visa on. Plus, on the side, you can also do another job as well, as long as you do maintain the primary employment. So that's very important as well. I hope this answers your question, Naresh.
So last question for tonight, guys. It's from Pranav again. So he's asking, if a person gets married who have a 485 visa, and if they want to bring their partner to Australia, is it good to get the partner on a student visa?
Well, if someone already have a 485 visa and then they get married, they can actually apply for a subsequent 485 visa to bring their partner with them. That's actually a way better option than bringing them on a student visa. Because if they come on a student visa, they would have to satisfy the GTE requirements and all that stuff. However, when it comes to 485 subsequent entrant, there is no such requirements of GTE. As long as they are actually genuine relationship, they are in a relationship with you, etc., they certainly be able to get their 485 subsequent entrant. So the same thing that we received yesterday, that was received within 3 months' time. One of our lovely client actually went to Hyderabad. He got married, and then as soon as he got married, week after we applied for their 485 subsequent entrant, and within 3 months we got the visa grant as well. And now the wife will be here pretty much this weekend.
That's amazing. So, Pranav, hope that answers your question. All the very best with your situation. So that that was today's session, guys. Hope you have it was informative for most of you. And if you have any other questions, we will be back with another session on next Wednesday. And be ready with your questions, and Saurabh will be able to answer. If you would want to directly contact Saurabh, you can contact them using the numbers below, or you can also contact them on their Facebook page, or you can directly book a consultation through their website as well, gvm.com. So thank you so much for being such a lovely audience. And thank you so much, Saurabh, for answering all the questions so patiently. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Ashu, for hosting this show, and Australia Ludu. And thanks for our followers to asking us questions and keeping this session quite interactive, like always. Thanks, guys, and we'll meet you again next week.
So, guys, bye bye. Until next week, have a great night.